Julia fails at making short videos.
Hi guys, it's Friday once again, and it's Julia. Same as always. What's new with me? Well, as of 3 days ago, I have a place to live for when I move back to California. I'm excited because it's an area that I've always sort of wanted to live in. The place I'm going to be renting a room at is about 2 or 3 blocks from the ocean, so that'll be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm going to be sad to leave here. Daryl and Shelby, you were talking about B's summer break, and one thing I guess you guys haven't thought of, I suppose, is the fact that we are in the northern hemisphere and B is in the southern hemisphere in Australia. So that means that as we are starting to experience summer weather, she is starting to experience winter. So I don't think we need to concern ourselves with B's summer vacation yet, because she's looking at winter now. But B, if you want to tell us about how much time you get off for winter break and how much time you get off for summer break, and that'd be cool. I think that the unofficial theme for this week, I know what the official theme is, but I think the unofficial theme for this week is wear green, because Shelby and Daryl both wear green, or at least a little bit of green. So I think that's our unofficial theme for this week. The actual theme for this week is destiny, what we think destiny means, what it means for us. Well, for me, I think that your world is what you make it. Your world is like clay. You can mold it to whatever shape you want, and at the same time it gets formed or deformed or whatever by other people molding their own clay around your clay, and and so you don't have perfect flexibility, but in the end, but you still, within the spaces you have, you can make your life whatever you want to make it. It varies how much you have to work with and how much space you have, but really you can make whatever you want from your life. And I think that life only becomes non-flexible. Life only turns into what you can't change if you let the clay dry. Now enough metaphorical speech. On to replies. I keep trying to make a shorter video and it's not working yet. So I'm trying. I'll start with B. The whaling issue is actually, yes, controversial everywhere. But most people in Japan are, most people in Japan, when they hear that whales are endangered, they agree with the sentiment that whales shouldn't be eaten. There's also people for whom eating whales is part of the culture, but it doesn't mean that they do it every day or anything. It's sort of like a special occasion thing, which doesn't make it okay. I'm not saying that it makes it okay. I have a tendency to try to explain the other side of things, and so I'm not necessarily saying that it's a good thing or that it's something I'd seek out again. Nice phone, by the way. Shelby, you asked what my favorite show besides Glee is. I've always been a one TV show kind of girl. I've never really been into spending lots of time watching TV. But I'd say my favorite show other than Glee is probably The Office, US version. I've considered watching the UK version, the original version, and I've heard it's better, but as I mentioned before, I'm sort of a one TV show kind of girl, and that would mean having another TV show. Meanwhile, I am excited about Futurama coming back, and I like watching The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, and I like The Colbert Report, but I haven't watched those in a while. And that's pretty much it. My favorite Glee character. I kind of like all the characters to some extent. There's some I like more, but I just kind of like how all the characters are. I know that you like Puck for obvious reasons. I don't know. I'm never won over by looks alone, but I do say that I do like the character of Puck, even though I wouldn't like him in person. He kind of reminds me of someone I once threw volleyball at in high school. Really, Glee is a show with a really great cast, and so it's really hard to pick a character that is my favorite. But I like Finn because he's awkward. I like his awkward mannerisms and facial expressions. I root for Kurt a lot. I like Quinn. She grew on me. But my least favorite is maybe Rachel, but not really because I dislike her, so to speak, but mostly because I think that we're both very ambitious and just too similar personality-wise, even though I can't really sing and I don't have the same goals as she does. I kind of feel like we sort of have the same crazy ambitious personality. As for favorite reality TV show, I don't really have one. Sorry. Okay, Daryl, I looked at your DeviantArt and I thought your pictures are really great. I especially liked your portraits of people. I just generally like looking at pictures of people because I just like faces. That sounds weird, but it's true. I just really like pictures of people. I like looking at people's faces, and so I enjoyed your photographing of faces. You were talking about national holidays in the U.S. and wondering if perhaps there are more national holidays than there are in the U.K. Well, I have the answer to that question. This planner diary type thing I got for my job, there are listed holidays for different countries around the world. So for the United Kingdom, there are 9 holidays listed. For United States, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In Australia, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 national holidays. And Japan. In Japan this year, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 national holidays. In Japan's defense, people here do work some insane hours, even though they don't really have to. I'm not going to say anything about the efficiency of said hours, but they do work very insane hours, and they never take their sick leave. Well, sometimes they do, but they very, very rarely take their sick leave. So I kind of think that these people need their extra holiday days. The ash here from our volcano was nowhere near as bad as in Iceland. The Iceland ash made international news, and this did not. Thank you for complimenting the picture I took of my cousin. I think it was peach blossoms in the picture, but I'm not really sure. Daryl, write down your responses. I'm just telling you that because you told us to remind you to write down your responses. So, Daryl, write down your responses. Ulysses, no video from you this week. We missed you this week. So hopefully we'll see you next week. Oh, that's all for Friday. Until next week, bye.